Does he? Oh yeah, he does the
something like that. I'm trying to think, what's a Loki thing?
It didn't work. Alright. What was the help? I need help! I need help!
Don't make me do a Thor.
Please don't make me do it.
Hey everybody! I'm Adam.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Will, and we are
Working Title Marvel Edition! Yeah!
Click the button on the screen.
What did you do? What is that?
I don't know.
I've never seen that
Open the
before.
fourth dimension on the screen.
No, you disrupted the timeline, damn it.
Damn it. Somebody's at me. Zap me quick. Zap me quick. We're back with Loki. Disney Plus series, episode 2, The Variant. What happened last dawn, guys?
Found out the Infinity Gems are worthless. Time is more powerful than, or the TVA is more powerful than those.
Yeah.
And that crushed Loki's soul. Deep down discovery about Loki. He doesn't like hurting people.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
That was like the best part.
Did he, like, say why he even did it then?
Is because didn't he, like, kind of say he's weak?
I murder
so he
people.
wanted
I don't like
to
it,
fear that, like, his way of making himself feel better. What?
To be honest, I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Maybe they'll explain it a little bit more in this episode. But
Maybe,
we also knew
in the recap.
We also know that there is apparently another Loki in the form of the devil out there in the world with a lantern burning people from the TVA. Guys, if you like Loki, make sure you leave a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. We're going to be doing all these Disney Plus series that come out for the immediate future. And check out some of our other ones. We've already done WandaVision. I don't know if it's over there or over here. We've done Falcon the Winter Soldier, otherwise known as Captain America the Winter Soldier. And check out our Patreon. You can see some of our non-live shows a week in advance.
And this is not a market substitute. If you haven't watched Loki, go on Disney Plus, check it out first. Come back to YouTube and watch Working Titles Reaction. We're gonna punch it. Blah! I really like this. I just don't remember too much about it. Except for this part.
Creating and organizing.
Oh yeah, there's a freaking multiverse war.
Infinity Stones.
Some of the guys use them as paperweights.
Favorite character of the episode, that guy.
What's a fish?
I need to know what you're threatening me with so I know how to react. Oh shit.
Oh, okay.
Renaissance Fair.
You ever been?
No.
We're doing that.
For a video.
And we're vlogging it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we have to vlog it. Otherwise, I'm not going.
Yep, same.
Leave a comment if you want to see us at a Red Fest. What's it called?
Renaissance Fest.
Yeah. What the? Oh, I forgot. That's how they travel.
Leave a comment if you want to see us LARP.
No. Whoa!
Oh wow.
Oh, did the heart transfer thing? Yeah.
Oh no. Copy claim.
Oh!
Is this hero music? It is!
Yeah.
I love this song.
We gotta talk through it so we can have the whole scene. Don't stop talking, guys.
Talk, there is murder.
So Loki changed her, or, did the thing touch the chest?
It's like what Wanda did.
She was fighting with like a candy cane, it looked like.
Oh, yeah. She had the blue eyes, just like Hawkeye, right?
Yeah. But Loki got that power from the
The
staff.
Yeah. The
Mind Stone?
Yeah.
Hero! Why does that look like Dolph Lundgren?
I don't know, but somebody just got shanked. Prison style. Okay, well they don't have red hands, so it's not the devil. Dang it.
That was a very odd placement for that song.
Very.
I don't really get that. Like, why that was there.
I don't know. I just think of Shrek, so.
Learn. What happens when a next
Yes.
event ranks as friends?
Very bad things.
Come on, Loki.
Whoa.
What is it?
I saw that coming.
Your manners. Oh, that is not nice. Jerk.
Oh, that's a really cool effect.
Oh yeah, Jet Ski Magazine, put it down. Come on, you're right. There's been an attack. Let's go.
Jet Ski Magazine?
I love this.
This is like they're detectives in like a 80s
I love this,
70s
yeah.
TV show or cop show.
type we should all be very familiar with because the TVA has pruned a lot of these guys, almost more than any other variant.
Oh my
No
gosh.
two are alike. Slight differences in appearances or
Whoa!
powers, although powers generally include
Sorry?
shape-shifting, illusion,
Whoa!
projection.
Look at that one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I'm so
Like a
happy.
Viking.
Illusion projection.
No, they're two completely different powers, actually. Exact facsimile of one's own body in its present circumstance, which acts as a true holographic mirror of its molecular structure. But you already knew that.
Okay, take a breath. Noted.
What a
We're
dick.
gonna break into.
That's funny. So the most of their not most, but they've had more variants of Loki than anyone else.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Why not? Because you already know that we can catch you, and how's betraying us going to get you any closer to the timekeepers?
Oh,
Audience with the timekeepers is on the table.
Keep that focus.
I'm in. I'm in. That's what I wanted.
The three lizards.
Yeah, I want to meet them.
Wait. If you leave this tent, you'll end up like them.
What do you see?
I have a new purpose. I'm a servant of the sacred timeline, and knowing what I now know about tactics, but I need assurances.
Yeah.
Assurances that I won't be completely disintegrated the moment the job has been done.
Right.
Agreed.
I will need to speak to the timekeepers at once. They're in graver danger than we realized.
I don't believe that. I think he's just saying that
Yeah.
for the.
He wants to meet
He's
them.
lying. Just playing games. There's no one out there.
Nuking the place.
Yeah. Whoa.
Holy moly. Oh, okay.
Just changes anything that was
All
not supposed to be
erases
there.
the variants.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. It's just like the lines.
The variant likes to stall for time, and eventually we'll catch the other one doing the same thing because understanding this Loki helps me get closer to the one we're chasing. Right?
Yep.
Look, I know you have a soft spot for broken things.
I don't think so.
Yes, you do, but Loki is an evil, lying scourge. That is the part he plays on the sacred timeline.
Maybe he wants to mix it up. Sometimes you get tired of playing the same part. Is that possible? You can change?
True.
Not
Yeah.
unless the timekeepers decree it.
And how are the old timekeepers?
How do you think?
So the timekeepers monitor everything they do.
Thank you.
If they're even real.
Our Slayer.
True. I mean, yeah.
Ever since you brought up the Wizard of Oz, I'm just like,
I know, I was just
don't
thinking
know.
that.
I don't think they're
This
real.
must be from that analyst you keep on the side.
Stay focused.
Eyes on the road.
What if all three of them end up
Always.
being variants of Loki?
It's almost gone.
That would be so funny.
Like he was the one always helping out.
Okay, just shut up, please. What happened to the guy I met on the elevator? He didn't like to talk. Remember him? I'm stuck with this guy who won't stop yakking away about what makes a Loki tick.
But isn't that precisely why I'm here?
No, I don't care what makes you tick. You're here to help me catch the superior version of yourself. That's it. I'm not saying. I believe, stupidly, that insecure need for validation would motivate you to find the killer. Not because you care about the TVA mission or being a hero, but because you know this variant is better than you. And you can't take it.
Very nice. I mean, it is adorable that you think you could possibly manipulate me. I'm 10 steps ahead of you. I've been playing a game of my own all along.
No, he hasn't. I mean, he
What,
has,
turn
but it
away
hasn't
in
been
front of
working.
the timekeepers, hustle them, and seize control of the TVA? Anymore?
I honestly hope that Loki just ruins everything here.
Why are you in there?
I'm so tired of him being bitched
Yeah.
by these people.
Whichever one you want. A, because I see a scared little boy shivering in the cold. And you kind of feel bad for that.
He can't shiver, he's a nice giant, but good try.
I just
Nice.
text
Oh, that's an elevator. I swear I thought that was a train. You know what I mean? Like, just the way the angle was going, I was like, oh, that's cool. They have a train inside.
I love the aesthetic of the show.
Let me park you at this desk, and don't be
Oh,
afraid to
God.
really lean into this work. Here's a good trick for you. Pretend your life depends on it. I'm gonna get a snack.
This is exactly where I would excel at working just because of the view. I'd love it.
I just don't get why they're like, they have a time crunch when they're in areas because they
control it.
They're like outside of, not that they control time, but they're like outside of time.
I like all files pertaining to the creation of the TVA.
No.
Those are classified.
Okay, I'd like all files pertaining to the beginning of time then.
Those are classified.
What?
Okay, what files can I have?
Nothing.
What is it gonna be?
I don't know. I feel like,
Food recipes.
how was Loki conceived? Variant case file.
Yeah.
What does that say?
Lofty son Loki.
I couldn't see any of those names.
I just saw his own
Just
name.
Loki, yeah.
So he's only allowed to have a file on his life, maybe?
All the variants related.
Destruction of Asgard, yeah.
Ragnarok. Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
9,000.
9,719.
Population's at relatively small.
0 variance energy detected. So that's... Is that the real life, like, event of what happened he recognizes?
Just because that Loki was in its proper place? I mean...
Oh, wait, let's see. Let's see what he's got to say. You're asking.
He's hiding in apocalypses.
Which apocalypse? Any time in history, there's like a million of them.
Ragnarok. Are you familiar?
Yes, the destruction of Asgard and most of its people. I'm sorry.
Yes. Very sad. Anyway, it got me thinking.
Okay. He did not care about that.
Nexus events happen when someone does something they're not supposed to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, let's just say
What are you doing?
your salad is Asgard.
No,
in this scenario.
it's not Asgard.
It's,
That's
it's
my
a metaphor.
lunch.
Just hang in there.
I want that salad.
I could go down to Asgard before Ragnarok causes its complete destruction, and I could do anything I wanted. Let's say, push the Hulk off the Rainbow Bridge.
Of course.
There
Of
he
course.
goes. I can do whatever I want to do.
There goes
and
that
it would never
salad.
matter. It wouldn't go against the dictates of the timeline because
Oh God.
you must see.
Did you?
Fish boy.
If everything and everyone around you is destined for imminent destruction, then nothing
That you
I
do
say
matters in
Yeah.
that moment. Okay.
will matter.
Ah,
It's
wow.
not gonna branch because it gets destroyed. Hence, the variant could be hiding in the apocalypse and do whatever he wants, and we wouldn't know.
I'm not taking you for a stroll along the promenade, much less an apocalypse.
Mobius, come on. What could possibly go wrong? We gotta
lot.
properly test this theory.
Well, here's a fun theory. You lure me out into the field and then you stab me in the back. And that's a theory I don't want to test.
You're never stabbing him in the back. It's a form of betrayal.
Okay, I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
I was gonna say, it happens like all the time.
I'd never do it again because it got old.
It got old.
Okay, look, you don't trust me, you can trust one thing. I love to be right.
I do trust that.
Yeah, I believe that.
No cap.
Pompeii?
Oh, really? Damn.
Oh!
Let's go.
As Loki would say, don't trust me, trust my rage.
Yeah, that's true.
I know we don't want to get too giddy.
Oh, come on, it's cool.
No, it isn't.
What a jerk.
It's not good.
He's just like getting excited. All these people are gonna die, yes.
Listen,
Bird noises.
they have bird noises, like some like whooshing noises.
Woo.
Oh boy.
Loki!
They'll just think of him as some,
Crackhead.
prophesy.
What if
What if
he,
they understand him?
I mean, he's
He's
speaking their
yeah, I was
language.
gonna say. He's gonna come off as a prophet. Holy crap.
Oh my God, what a jerk.
How you do?
Watch it not correct.
Zero variance energy, no branching in a timeline.
TVA never even.
You need to get out of there, you're gonna die.
If it were me, this is where
Oh my God, look at Loki. Move.
Variance been ambushing our soldiers and we're gonna find out.
What apocalypse was happening in '85?
No, he's just saying he does that and then leaves and then goes to an apocalypse. That's where he's hiding until he comes out and is like, I'm going to attack in 1985 or whatever.
There was a beautiful union of form and function, which we call the jet ski.
He annoys me so much.
Owen?
Yes.
You've been on one?
I think the sacred timeline is just like the normal
So why read
timeline.
about it?
Everything that's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
He was saying he didn't know what it was earlier.
Because I just feel like there can be multiple timelines where things go well.
This stuff, don't you?
Or as they should.
I'm not on believe, not believe. I just accept what is.
3 magic lizards
Timekeepers.
created the TVA.
If you think too hard about where any of us came from, who we truly are, it sounds kind of ridiculous. Existence is chaos. Nothing makes any sense, so we try to make some sense of it. And I'm just lucky that the chaos I emerged into gave me all this.
Chaos is a ladder.
Various purpose. And it's
all
real
is
because I believe it.
The blue eye of a giant named Macumber.
Fair enough.
Yes.
You
Yes,
believe
that's what this is.
Yeah.
past, present, future. There's no such thing as free will. You and I, here at the TVA,
Doesn't matter.
we're the only ones who are actually free.
Where are you going with this, Loki?
How does it all end?
That's a work in progress.
Well, those lazy timekeepers, what are they waiting for? When they're finished, what happens then?
So are we. No more Nexus events, just order, and we meet.
So we could stab you right now and it would be okay because that was the predetermined epilogue for you.
Yeah. I'm not buying it, man.
It sounds boring.
Not buying it.
Sure it does to you.
You see, I know something children don't.
What's that?
Tell
That
us.
no one bad is ever truly bad, and no one good is ever truly good.
That's true. Except for some people.
Scared him off.
I think Ted Bundy is probably pretty bad across the board.
It's a bit too far, actually.
That's right. Alabama 2050. You're gonna take my job if I'm not careful.
Alabama 2050.
There's no reason he can't keep going back and just camping out over and over.
And this is all based on a theory from the variant who just blew your previous mission.
Yeah, he's doing great.
I have to tell
He just uncovered a massive hole in our security, right?
that's what concerns me.
I can handle him. Trust me. This is where we
A
go.
massive hole discovered within the second episode. I love it.
Yeah.
Every instinct is
Let's
telling
go,
me this is
Loki.
another variant.
Destroy the TVA.
Yeah. That'd be great. I'm so down for it.
Talk about chaos. I'm so ready to just ruin everything.
With the pin.
There's not much I can do if it doesn't work out.
For all time.
Always.
So, like, if this goes bad, what is Mobius, like, going to be put to death, too? I mean, like, what?
Then
we lose the job.
Then we stage a coup against the judge
And the timekeepers.
and all the timekeepers.
What, good enough for a face-to-face with the timekeepers?
I didn't say that. One step at a time.
I bet Mobius has never even met them. Whoa.
Oh,
Absolutely not.
it's like they're like doing like a heist or a raid or something. I like this shit.
Yeah. So those things, the bandoliers that they have, those are equipped with the timeline erasers, right? So that other Loki does have a few of those.
Yeah. He's got the, like, their PDA, or tablet they use to keep track of everything.
They're Predator.
We just don't know what. So keep an eye out for the missing
I
child.
low-key expect
And if you see
I expect to see those kind of things maybe appear in this. Whatever Disney owns, I hope we can get like crossovers.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, do you think we're gonna go to any of the Marvel movies?
I mean, even that. I'm talking about like even like Disney princess stuff, like whatever. What the fudge?
The hurricane.
Yeah, that's cool.
In Alabama. Damn, you see the flood happening?
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
2050.
Dang.
I swear, if
30
this
years.
happens in 2050, that'd be crazy. Ooh.
The hell was that?
That was me.
His powers.
Using magic.
Yeah, his powers back.
So I then announced myself with every squeaky footstep like the rest of you.
Debbie Gordon.
Both teams into the storm shelter.
I'm so scared.
They are in the mall.
That's what I was thinking.
No, you can trust me.
Never trust Loki.
Can't trust her. Always saying, trust me.
Yeah.
You just said it.
You can't trust him.
Your time.
Oh, maybe if you can set those like purple things to a timer, it gives the bad Loki 20 minutes to mess around with these people.
Hey,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's okay. It's okay.
what are you doing?
Smelling the weed.
Shopping for plants. In this storm.
It's a hurricane sale. Is a half off.
Yes, maybe.
Wow.
I mean, anyone's a target, really.
Yeah, I mean, if everyone's supposed to die here too, it doesn't matter if they erase him, right?
Oh, yeah!
Stab her, quick!
Oh, he was just controlled.
But now she is.
No.
Is he dead?
No, they usually survive. So, you're the fool the TVA brought in to hunt me down.
Yeah, she's Loki now. Transferred or controlled?
If anyone's anyone, you're me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
How nice to meet you.
Interesting.
Almost as cowardly as working for the TVA.
I'm working for me.
Oh, you really believe that, don't you?
Because our Loki is the superior Loki.
I'm worried that they found a better version of me.
Hi, are you guys looking for the disaster shelter?
No.
Oh, so she just keeps transferring her conscience. Oh, that's crazy.
If you could possibly sheathe your smile for a moment, I have an offer for you. That's why I found you.
Oh boy, let's do
Go on.
this.
I'm going to overthrow the timekeepers.
Yeah.
What say you, Loki?
Ugh, don't call me that. You
Okay.
can call me Randy.
God, now I understand why Thor found this so annoying. Listen, enough of games. I've been trying to help you.
I'm not interested in ruling the Time Variance Authority.
Something bigger?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. They are.
I gave it away. I gave it away.
What did you give
The timekeepers, where they are. I gave it away. How to find them.
How the fuck? How does she know and he doesn't?
He probably does, or they all do. I mean, I was just saying maybe he didn't know. They never said that in the show. Oh.
Whoa. I do wonder why this Loki is hiding. I'm curious to see what he looks like. Whoa! Whoa!
I was gonna say, it looks like a girl.
This isn't about you.
Oh.
Loki's wife?
Right.
No, it's just a different variant of Loki.
Oh. Looks like a... Huh.
I'm just confused. Why do you need like 10 of them? Holy. Okay, alright. There's more than 10. There's like 100 of them.
Fudge. What the fudge? Oh no!
I'm trying to teleport them out.
To different worlds. Maybe to the TVA.
Where are they going?
Oh, hell.
Oh no!
Hell. Oh, hell. What if they destroy the TVA right now?
Oh, dude, we're getting the
Oh my
multiverse.
gosh.
We're getting the multiverse. Yeah, girl, you better get moving. Grab whatever that is.
I like the music. I like this. I like this person.
It's the female Loki. Is he gonna follow?
dip.
That might accuse him.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh. Ah, no!
They just bombed the sacred timeline. Executive
Oh, he was a
produced?
producer.
Yeah, interesting.
Tom Hiddleston?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh. Okay.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I'm hooked. If the first episode wasn't enough to do it, I'm definitely on board with this episode. I think that, not that it's like a what?
I'm just excited.
Yeah,
I'm not in agreement.
Yeah, same.
This is a very exciting premise. And I think the best thing for it is just getting more and more chaotic, because that's literally the best thing that can happen with this.
No cap.
I think it's because in the first episode they established that this is like the biggest powerhouse apparently in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing more exciting than destroying the strongest thing in the universe.
Yeah.
Or making it as chaotic as you can possibly make it with a Loki show.
Yeah, I like it, and also just the whole idea of, like, why would you want to rule over the TVA? Like, God of Mischief. The goal is, like, that's the one thing that's always funny is, like, this universe's Loki, like the one that we've dealt with in the MCU, it's always been like, I'm royal, I deserve everything, I should be ruler of all. And yeah, like, Loki does have that, from, like, some, like, comic book and cinematic and video game stuff that is, like, kind of how Loki is, but he's also the God of Mischief. He just wants to fuck things up.
Yeah.
Like, so female Loki's plan of just, like, I'm just going to destroy the sacred timeline. I mean, we don't know why or what she wants, but I mean, that seems like the most Loki thing to me.
Yeah.
More so than just being like, I'm just going to rule over the TVA.
They said that? They want to destroy the timeline?
That's what she literally just did.
That's what she wants.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, she didn't say exactly what she wants to do, because Loki kept asking, "What do you want?"
Yeah.
And then she literally was just like, "They're destroying the timeline. The timeline's being bombed."
I feel like there's enough insinuation that she had an even grander goal than ruling the TVA, because his goal was that, right?
Mm-hmm.
His goal was to at least learn everything there is to learn, get an audience with maybe the three, and then
see if we can take over.
Yeah, either rule it from an iron fist or something else. And then she ignored him, as she said. She came up with her own retort within 8 to 10 seconds of, no, I have something better. I have something better planned. I'm assuming. Though, I guess, unless she's the main bad guy, her, whatever she attempts, I don't know. I was going to say it can't happen, right?
What?
Do you think her goal is going to be the ultimate goal of the Lokis, or do you think Loki will end up returning to what his initial goal is to learn everything first and then destroy it? Or rule it.
I mean, Loki will probably follow along with what she's doing. I'm sure.
See how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's not going to be. Those two aren't going to be able to work together, because what Loki is going to want to work under someone else.
Or maybe, like, we follow them and we see what happens when they ruin the TVA and what the universe or all the timelines become of that afterwards. And maybe Loki's not satisfied with it and returns. I don't know. What do you think?
Don't know.
Do you have any thoughts at all?
I'm thinking, like, what if we get another Thor 2, where he, like, deceives this other Loki? How he deceived, what was it, the Dark Elves?
Yeah.
And somehow tricks them and kind of fixes it, and then guess what? That's not the real evil Loki. There's another one. Something like that, maybe.
Okay, so or like playing along with it so that he can be near the person who's causing the chaos and kill them.
Yeah,
problem.
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's Loki's gonna want to do what Loki wants to do, not what someone else is telling him. Even if it's another Loki. So I mean. Just like what he was doing with the TVA, he was just working with them, sneaking in, just like the Dark Elf.
I enjoyed that. He did deceive them, but he was trying. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that.
He's playing the part. Like it's a means to an end.
Yeah,
it's a means to an end.
He's serving himself, even if that means serving them for a time.
Yeah.
So it may be like something you can believe, but I still think it's true of like. He's only doing the helping them, doing the cubicle, doing the homework, because it will really justify his own means, supposedly.
It's not like he can do anything else. He's useless in their world, so until he figures out a way that he can beat the timekeepers, of course he's going to work with them.
Didn't they take his powers away in the first episode? He couldn't do anything, and then we just saw him
in the TVA.
He dried himself.
Yeah, well, they said that like the time, like all the stones, like they bring it up in the last episode, and from what I gathered just from people's comments and like trying not to like read online, but just like rewatching certain scenes, is that in the TVA world, which seems to exist outside of time and space that we know, magic and powers don't. Oh, every time I'm talking, it's like clockwork when I'm trying to explain something. I get cut off.
Hold on.
all of the stones and power. Right? Was that what I was saying? All the stones and everybody's powers, because the TVA exists outside of time and space, are null and void. They don't work. I feel like someone in the comments said it's the time null zone or null time zone or something
at
like
the
that.
TVA.
Like, yeah, like that's just like where they're at because they're not like within time or anything.
Yeah.
So.
It's like tension in Sky High. Sorry, I just thought of that for some reason. Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, but like
just nulls your powers.
But so that's the whole reason why his powers didn't work. But because they were on Earth and in Alabama in 2050, that's why he was able to shake off or do his whole little.
I get like he has his own plan and he was trying to. Do you think Loki really thought the other Loki would join up with him or no?
Female Loki?
Yeah. Other Loki.
I don't know because. I mean, well, this Loki seems to think that I'm sure every Loki does, but he thinks he's the smartest, the superior, the best thing. I mean, this is also the same Loki that thinks he's destined to be God of the world. You know what I mean? So it's like
thinking when he was like, I need a lieutenant. I was like, you really think this person would overthrow you in a second?
Yeah, but that's also Loki just being arrogant, I think.
The other thing I was going to ask, like, he doesn't have the necklace thing on anymore. Why didn't he just teleport the fuck out of there? Granted, it's because he was trying to talk to this person and see what they're up to.
I think it's because he wants to... he doesn't have the innate ability to time travel, so he'd be stuck in 2050. Or Pompeii, Italy, 79 AD, or whatever that year was. So, he would be stuck there, and then the TVA would just find him and capture him again. I mean, we saw how quickly they basically dismantled him and took him in at the beginning of the first episode. So, I think that's... And also, the long game. His plan... Like, if he met up with female Loki and she was like, yeah, I'll join you. Okay, you keep running away and hiding as much as possible, and I'll help to try and find you. And as I work my way in... When I finally get a chance to get the timekeeper, then we'll really capture you, bring you in, and you and I can take out the
And then I stab you in the back.
Yeah.
But I don't ever stab you in the back.
Yeah. So.
What you thinking, thinker?
Just the ideas they're presenting and how I'm trying to make sense of it. Will brought up a good point, and I wonder if they'll ever bring it up in the show, about whether the TVA world, like, I don't know if it even matters, regardless of what it is. Whether it's on, and I kind of said it last episode, whether it's on like a linear time with a beginning and an end, or it's just an all now. And Will said during the episode, it's like...
Are you talking about when Owen Wilson...
When they're sitting...
Loki was like, so we could do whatever we want. We have free will.
That, or like the idea of why there would be urgency in any of these situations. Because having urgency suggests that you have to do it now, fix the issue right now. But if you're working outside of a timeline, then that means there shouldn't really be let's worry about this now, because the Stone Age existed at the same time as the Dark Age.
Everything exists
as well as the World War II and World War I. Everything exists in the now because you're looking at a timeline from an outside perspective. It's like looking at a history book and saying, oh, we gotta stop World War I right now. Why? Yeah. I don't get that.
Yeah, and it's weird because Loki kind of throws something like that out there. Not that specific question, but he throws something out there at the beginning of the episode when they go to the Renfest, and then he was like, well, why don't we just go back to before the event happened? And then he was like, did you not watch the videos? When a Nexus event happens, he just jibber-jabbered, and I couldn't really figure out what he was saying.
Him saying, like, they said it in the last episode, some stuff is supposed to happen.
Well, no, but he's saying, like, for the Nexus events, though, like, the time variants. So, like, why wouldn't you just go to right before the time variant happens and then stop it from happening, essentially?
Well, that's a good point.
So,
yeah, and even if he
I'm confused on that.
Even if he did give a jibber-jabber answer, I still would doubt that it would make sense, really.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really find a way to explain how that would make sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also, it's like, okay, if these guys exist outside of time, and then the line is happening, and they can just jump in wherever. Like, why does it matter? Because, like, you see how every episode they have the red line.
That's
like,
when they have to get out.
It can't go past that red line, or it creates a new timeline officially. Mm-hmm. So that's why they have to come in. They only have, like, 5. In that episode, they're like, we only have 3 units. I'm guessing that's just how they, describe the time. Yeah. But it's like, okay, if they only have a certain amount It just doesn't make sense. Like, why couldn't they just like pop up whenever they want and just stop it? Because they don't control time itself, but they exist outside of it to get in.
Yeah,
this is why.
Also, like he was saying, wasn't he saying like we know the past, we know the present, and the future? Why can't they predict that some of this stuff is going to happen?
Well, I mean,
especially the 3 timekeepers.
Well, they were saying that, like, because Loki was like, so free will is just a myth, and then Mobius like, well, not technically. So like, you know, you can't account for the one time where someone doesn't do what they're... I mean, 9 times out of 10, at the end of the episode, Will has to get up and pee. But maybe today he didn't drink as much water in this one moment. And he was just like, man, I can wait a second. You know what I mean? Like, I guess they don't have full control of free will. And they just have, like, a range of, like...
It doesn't
we
sense.
hope that this works. Yeah. And I still don't think... And I was reading a lot of people's comments about... the Steve Rogers situation and how like some people are like, oh, it was always supposed to happen, it does make sense, but then other people are like, it doesn't make sense. Like there was this one video I saw on YouTube, and I wish I could shout out who it was or it was TikTok. I'm sorry, it was on TikTok, and the guy was like, on one hand, like Steve Rogers fans are mad because there's no universe that Steve Rogers, knowing that all of that happens with Hydra, would go back in time and just be like, I'm just going to live the honeymoon life with my wife and let like his comrades or people die because he already knows it happened. So it kind of like fucks with his character if he goes back into the same timeline. And then on the other hand, like, because they were saying that the directors were saying that he just goes back into the same timeline, just chills, but then the Russo brothers were saying that he goes to a different timeline, keeps the Pym particles.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then travels back to our timeline.
That's what I
But that means there's a separate timeline.
Right.
Which is different than the sacred timeline.
That's what
I know that's what you're saying. I'm just saying this is stupid.
So that's what I always thought during Endgame, is that he always, like, because he stayed with Peggy, that just created a new world. And that doesn't mean that Hydra ever really maybe existed.
But that means this is bullshit.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I disagree with the logic of this show right now.
Yeah.
Because I've always actually, ever since Endgame, that's like, just because of my own experience and how people explain pseudo-time shit, is like, I always have one way of believing it, and it's the one that I feel makes the most sense, and anytime they talk about these variants or variables, it's just, I don't, because like, what's stopping, how do they stop if female Loki does this 10 other times in the same other timeline? How do you stop 10 occurrences that supposedly can happen at the same time?
Yeah.
Because if you're looking from it, as I said, from an outside perspective, she's making World War I happen, World War II happen, the Civil War, the French Revolution, like every instance. How do you stop them all at the same time? What? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
I was also going to say in the episode, I just didn't want to cut off, but when Loki is trying to explain stuff to Mobius, I just felt like it was just Sam sitting at the table explaining something to his friends. He's like, but this, I'm telling you, when we're watching Attack on Titan, this is what happens with blah, 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 blah. This is it. And I'm like, just give me my salad, please, Sam. Stop.
I'm trying to think of, they were talking about, the next interesting thing was talking about the Armageddons and how you can do anything you want within it because everything has an outcome.
End.
It's funny because initially when he was talking about, I thought he was saying that the apocalypse isn't a determined thing and that it's ending whatever that timeline was supposed to be. But I was like, that doesn't make sense because you would assume that timeline's end date is in fact the end occurrence, a Ragnarok. Like our timeline that we've had in the MCU, Asgard is always supposed to have that Ragnarok. Ragnarok's not a event that is a Nexus event changing things. It's the thing that was like a prophesied thing for Asgardians. Mm-hmm. But they did clear that up saying that it's not its own event, it's something that was supposed to happen. I don't know, I feel like they didn't...
What they were saying was all the apocalypse events, and they weren't talking about like literal the world ends apocalypse. I guess they just summed up apocalyptic events as like...
tragedies.
A tragedy where everyone dies. Pompeii, a hurricane, Ragnarok. And that's why you can pop in whenever, because... if everyone's going to die, what does it matter? If we were about to die in this room, no matter what, Loki could pop in and punch Adam in the face, and it wouldn't change anything because we were going to die in 10 minutes after that.
Well, it's funny because I would argue that you could change that timeline if you take who dies in Ragnarok. Who do we lose in Ragnarok? The movie itself. Who dies during that event? Theoden's cousin. What's his name? Aramir. What's that? Carl Urban. Let's say they pull Carl Urban out of the Ragnarok situation, and he's there for Endgame. That will now change because of the butterfly effect.
Well, no, but they were talking about. He was talking about an actual, like, I feel like the Ragnarok that we got in MCU is not like the way a Ragnarok is actually supposed to happen.
Okay.
Really?
Well, because in the actual Ragnarok, everyone dies.
Supposed to be the end.
Like, that's what I was saying. Like, everyone dies.
That's true.
It's all over. It's
not
like,
just Asgard. Everything, or
no? I'm saying everyone in Asgard dies. Like not most, but a lot of the Asgardians escaped.
But then Thanos obliterated.
I was gonna say
them.
maybe the prophecy was a bit wrong. They thought Ragnarok was the end. The Ragnarok was Thanos coming to the ship and killing all. Because all what? Well, okay, not all the. That's what's still confusing. They
Thor
never
was
showed it.
And Hulk were the only ones that made it out of that.
Technically not, because Endgame showed that Asgardians did survive. So I don't know. There's weird discrepancies with one.
You mean you said Infinity War?
Endgame, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's really confusing.
So Ragnarok never technically happened.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. The Ragnarok that he's reading about in the timeline is just that everyone dies. Like, if you go to... I don't even want to say it. But if you went to, like, where the bombs were dropped in Japan in World War II,
sure,
everyone would be dead in that situation. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you drop, like, ground zero where the bomb goes off and you, like, assault 10 people and start a huge fight in the street. Because it's not going to change their life. Yeah. It's still going to happen. They're all going to die.
Yeah, I guess it just, in my mind, I feel like, say you keep somebody who would have been there during the detonation.
Well, but that would be different. You can't do anything, but you can do borderline anything within there, except taking the pieces out of
certain situation. Okay. So I was going to say, because you could always take somebody who would have been there, and now they're in this timeline, and then they share about the horrors of war, and then there's never wars ever again.
Yeah.
Kind of the spiel.
That's when I asked the question during the episode when they were explaining that. Do you think we're going to get scenes of any of the Marvel movies?
I would like that.
Ultron or...
I could see them doing it like a montage fight. Like, if we get into some place where they're time traveling while they're fighting. Like, portals just keep opening up. Yeah. And it's like, oh, now I'm in the middle of Avengers Endgame. Oh, now I'm in the middle of... Spider-Man, Winter Soldier, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they'll do it like how they did in Pompeii, where you're not like really moving around the town. It's just like kind of a green screen.
And like Iron Man in the distance flying or something.
Yeah. And maybe they'll bring on Chris Hemsworth for one episode where he like interacts.
You just hear
what
him
are you
shout.
doing here?
Yeah, right.
Brother!
Yeah.
And then he's back out.
Yeah.
Though I would personally like a physical... Kind of like how Endgame did it. Like, you go back into time and you can actually interact. Yeah. It's like a whole episode in and of itself of this version of the Dark World. But we kind of already did that with Endgame. So maybe... I don't know. I think it'd be cool if they did something even more brazen. Maybe not Star Wars crossover brazen, but like a nod to some other Disney property just as a joke. Because I don't want to do Star Wars because then that'll be a whole nother... That'll be a huge controversy.
Yeah. I just thought of something. Is it because that was supposed to happen when they went back in time in Endgame to fix the timeline? And Thor tells his mother that she's going to die. Mm-hmm. How was that not a Nexus event?
You could explain that only that the mother was like the most intelligent person in Asgard. She had the gift of foresight, so she knew that Thor was hiding around the corner because she had always done that.
She was like a fortune teller.
She gives the knowledge. Yeah, she gives the knowledge to Odin, I think.
Okay.
Or at least she's more intelligent. I don't know if it's in Norse mythology in general, but I just know that Freya is supposed to be like super like
smart.
What do you call it? Freya's not a seer, but like
in Norse mythology, Freya and like Odin are like two different kinds of gods, and Freya teaches Odin magic. Yeah. That's what it is, I'm pretty sure.
And that's why in that example, I didn't really consider that like a new timeline of the Dark World. It's just like that always happened during the Dark World film. We just never saw that.
Yeah.
So when she goes and she gets killed by Mr. Echo from Lost, the guy, who stabs her with the sword.
Is that the guy who was Killer Croc?
Killer Croc, yeah, the guy with the giant prosthetics.
Crazy name.
He, she always had that knowledge that her son was there in the halls when she dies. So
So then she probably knows that she was going to die too.
Probably.
Okay.
But
I don't think.
But that's why it doesn't even. That's why it doesn't create a Nexus event, because they only interacted with her, and she was going to die no matter what.
She is her own TVA. She can fix on her own.
Yeah.
I have 2 questions about the library scene.
Okay.
Unless are we?
Oh no! Just hit me. Whatever you want.
What are your guys' thoughts on all that stuff being classified? And the second one is, if this was a different character, if this wasn't Loki in the TVA, he only had. One of you said that the file was his name. What if this was like Thor? Do you think it'd just be Thor? They only have access to themselves.
I think they only did that because he's like. I mean, he's like
trust him?
They don't trust him. Yeah, okay. So
you get your knowledge, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would be just like you decide to start working for the U.S. government, and you get to go to the Pentagon, and they're like, all right, you're helping us track down an alien Adam. His name's Adam. He looks just like you. He's an alien. He thinks like you. So what we need you to do is look back through your whole life with these files, because we've been spying on you since 9/11, and tell us what you think that you would be doing right now. And then he's like, okay, tell me about all the secret aliens you've hidden. No, you don't get that. You get this piece of file. That's it. I mean, I think it's just they're keeping it confidential because they know he's going to fuck around and try and do what he's already planning to do. Yeah. Take over the TVA and ruin the fucking timeline.
Yeah. I'm even surprised that they gave him
any files.
No, all the footage about what
happens?
What was supposed to happen, because technically that's not his anymore. That's like the Loki that didn't grab the Tesseract,
That was the Loki that was supposed to be.
That was the Loki, but that's what I'm saying,
Well, I mean, like we said earlier, or like they alluded to in the last episode, he was going to get, put to death, essentially. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter at this point what they do with him. They can really do whatever they want. He's not in a timeline, so he can't change anything. Because he's been only in the TVA.
Yeah. As for the files, like Will was saying, I also think they did that just because sometimes it's better to not have an answer to the universe.
Right off the bat.
I don't even know if the MCU has those answers. I know we have the Infinity thing, but that only answers, our timeline. I don't even know how comic accurate that is. But it's a good question. I wonder how, is there an answer for that in the MCU universe? Comic people, let us know.
Or in Marvel Universe, rather.
No spoilers.
Marvel Universe. Do you think the 3 lizards are gonna be in the show? Do you think they exist?
Keep hyping it up. Maybe they are going to be here in some form.
It seems like nobody knows where they are, though.
Or the girl just said she gave up how to find them to the female Loki. So
but when Owen Wilson, Mobius, said, "How are the timekeepers doing?" And she said, "You know them. They're busy." And then I forget what his response to that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're somehow communicating to the TVA.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird, too, because, I just don't really they created the TVA and everyone in it.
And then dipped?
Well, not dipped, but it's they're off, because the way Mobius explains later in the episode to Loki, when he's talking about time, present, and future, what's going on, it's the past has already happened, we're in the now, and they're trying, it's they're staying ahead of the timeline, trying to make sure, okay, all right, this can happen, this is fine, okay, if this doesn't happen, then it's a next, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's they're tying the rope at the end, or trying to continue, threading the rope while it's still moving, Which doesn't make sense, because we exist outside of time and space. Theoretically, I feel like they should just be able to do this forever.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Or they're deciding what's okay for the future to exist or not. I don't know, man.
That fucks up free will!
No, but that's the thing. People do have free will. It's just they're deciding what free will they want. So, you tomorrow can decide, I'm going to quit the YouTube channel, and then someone from the TVA is going to be like, nope, you're always supposed to be in the YouTube channel, damn it, and you're never allowed to leave.
I was gonna jump to a very unimportant thing compared to that conversation.
But that still breaks free will, though.
No, well, kind of. I mean, like, you can break free will, but then, like, when you create something that the timekeepers deem to not work, then they're like, sorry, you can't do that anymore.
Breaking free will!
I mean, technically it's free will to show up to your job every day. You don't want to be there, you just have to do it. So that breaks free will, too. I think it's the same concept. It is.
Fuck.
I don't want to go to my job, but
I need money.
I thought it was funny. I feel like a lot of fans who really love Loki are going to love this episode because of the Ren Fest in the beginning. I feel like everybody I know who's ever gone to a Renaissance festival are definitely cosplayers, are definitely people who dress up, and Loki's definitely a cosplaying, like...
favorite.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I can just imagine the screaming that happened when he showed up there at the start of the episode.
I need a hero.
Weird choice.
I still don't get why they... Like, I feel like they always pick those songs for, like... I mean, that fight scene in the beginning, I didn't really care about it. I was like, whatever. Very not
people we don't know.
But yeah. But I mean, like, I feel like they always have that for, like, epic moments. So it's just such a waste for that song, I feel like.
I agree.
Has he always had that ability to touch somebody and they're under his control?
I always thought that when he did that
he used the staff.
Yeah, well, this is weird, though, because this Loki was, like, using... Loki, in general, said, oh, like, you're using an enchantment, huh? You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know if that's just an ability that we just... Because it's MCU, we just haven't really seen it, or whatever.
Yeah, is this something he hasn't mastered? Our Loki, but this one has.
Or maybe he just doesn't.
Okay.
Just doesn't.
He has tools at his exposed. This one uses swords and knives. This one uses axes and hammers.
It's literally just like Scarlet Witch did to all the Avengers in Age of Ultron.
Oh,
without touching,
that
she
ability.
just...
Yeah. We never saw our Loki do the mind control without the staff.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, though, if, like... Okay, in the beginning of this episode, when they fight, it looks like... Because we don't see what she does in the background. Like, you just see the hooded person touch the girl.
Yeah, transfer the conscious.
But I was thinking, what if she just transfers her conscious, like she did in the rest of the episode? So she's not really like It's not like I'm, like, touching Sam and be like, alright, go do this, and I walk away. It's like, I'm going to, like, possess you, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I feel like is the difference there.
But she did poke him with the staff, and then hooded Loki slit his throat, and then the girl still functioned, though.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know how it works.
Yeah, I don't know.
It could be multiple things.
It could be both. Could be both at the same time.
It could be the Loki who stole the Mind Stone during the Avengers 2012 movie and studied it and learned how to adapt, like to take the power for his own. Now here's the thing too. I just thought of it because of all the other Lokis we saw. Like there was a Loki that looked kind of like a Hulk, or like because I just realized it doesn't have to be
like
an ice
Thor Loki. Really.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be an ice giant that had Loki. It could have been like any other species that is out there in the world that made
a Korg Loki.
Like who knows exactly? And I was thinking like this doesn't even have to be like Odin's. Hell, it could have been Odin's real child. It could be Thor's biological sister who ends up being Loki. But I was also saying,
that's female Thor.
Well, that's what I was also saying. Who's to say that the names do they have to have the name Loki as like who they are, but just the god of mischief?
She literally said like, oh, "Don't call me that." You know what I mean? Like she might not want to be called Loki.
Well, that's why I said it. I know Loki does have a wife. I don't know if Helena is supposed to be the wife in the comics. I know she's the sibling in the movies, but I feel I don't know. I know Loki does have a very famous wife or lover in the stories. I'm not familiar. That's why I just thought maybe
in MCU or in Marvel stories,
just in Marvel comics in general. Yeah. I don't know much about her, but I was just wondering maybe this is like that love interest, the next closest thing to the god of mischief, the goddess of mischief. I don't know.
I could see him falling in love with himself.
Absolutely, same persona. Yeah,
he's like because real life Loki like. In Norse mythology, has like the weirdest relationships.
Yeah.
Do you know who? All right, this is random. If anybody knows this, comment down below. Do you know who do you know who his kids are?
Jormungandr.
Jormungandr's one of his kids. Do you know any of Loki's other kids? I don't know all of them, but I know one more at least.
I'm gonna take a guess. Jormungandr.
I don't even know what Jormungandr is.
The snake that attacked.
That attacked
took the child from
the world serpent. The one that
wow.
So
I just feel like it had to have been one of the kids because it's a snake. What about the wolf? Is the wolf one?
I think Fenrir is one of the kids.
That's Odin's dog though.
But it's
Could
Loki's
be a child
kid.
of Loki still.
The other kid
to
that I know Loki's is Helena. Helena in real Norse mythology is Loki's kid, and the mother is a 6-legged horse.
Well, there
Norse
you go.
mythology is so weird.
That sounds like a Loki thing.
I've heard a fucked up story about Loki that I'm not going to say on this channel.
Yeah, Norse mythology is very interesting.
It's so weird. I love it.
It's also interesting because like we also love the show Vikings too. So there's that as well.
Except for the last season.
Yeah.
True.
Why did we react to that?
That was fun. We got 26,000 from one video.
It was more than that. It was like 34, 35.
All the more reason. And
one of our top viewed videos.
Yeah, the finale did well for us too.
Okay.
I was like, I don't care. Who cares about success?
What else happened this episode?
Loki got away. We already got.
I mean, we met female Loki. We
Loki,
really haven't talked about that. We got the villain and kind of their goal to destroy the Supreme timeline.
Yeah, because that's not the protagonist of the show. I don't think whatever plan she has will work or be the main goal, just because it wasn't Loki's idea.
I mean,
Loki could take it and make a spin on it.
That's what I was just about to say.
I was like, Loki will probably just commandeer it. And be
Yeah.
like, this is mine now.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just really just for Loki at this point. Not that I don't like Owen Wilson's character or the judge or the main cop. It's just like, it's more fun.
Yeah.
When Loki feels like he's making everybody else his bitch.
I agree.
It's just funny. It's funnier. Not like, I don't know. I would rather Loki just be the superior of the show instead of being ragged on. And it probably will be that. It's only the second episode. We have 4 other, and it doesn't have to be that every episode was Loki in control of the situation. And he's already kind of getting his one-up on people slowly.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, he's always played the underdog. I mean, Ragnarok, he was the underdog.
Yeah.
With Thanos, he's the underdog. He's always like playing the let me be your sneaky second to stab you in the back.
And even in the movies, I feel like you said, he never got like a really wow moment, like a moment where he shined as like he won a victory. I don't feel like he ever had a real victory as the Loki, the mischievous one, where I feel like he should have that.
I mean, tricking the Dark Elves, that was pretty crazy nasty.
But it's not like...
I
remember seeing...
It's an assist.
Before the... okay.
I feel...
I thought him taking over as Odin and kicking Odin out of the throne was kind of a W. For him, at least.
Got Matt Damon.
Yeah, but then he got...
I forgot about that.
I feel like even that got undermined by Thor immediately showing up, and he just became a little... child. Hi, Thor. How's it going? What? Dang it.
What about the whole first Thor movie?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Every time he had a win, it was immediately a L right after. I mean, he had his biggest L right there. His dad said no to him, and he fell into a pit of despair.
Didn't Owen Wilson say that? Mobius say that in the very first episode? Loki's never meant to win.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah, I hope
for this universe so far, I want him to win.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool.
It might. I think
if he ends up being the one in charge of the timelines, like that is his destiny. He's the one who not only does he control it, but he lets everybody keep their free will because he gave them the choice to have the free will. Because one, that lets our movies continue.
Yeah.
And 2, it means he won. He wins by letting everybody have their free will. He plays God.
He wins by creating chaos.
And letting people, let the movies continue because he's allowing it.
Multiverse of madness.
Yeah, because Loki was the one who allowed it.
3.
Yeah. That's all I have, really. Holy hell. An hour and a half for us. Yeah.
I'm good.
Any last thoughts? Alright, well, guys, if you enjoyed this chaotic episode, make sure you leave a like on our video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Let us know your thoughts of this week's episode. Did you like it more than the premiere? Did you like this one more? Tell us what you thought. Tell us some of your theories you think we're going to have. explained and some of the cameos you think we might be seeing in this. And for the time being, we will punch it. Bye.